Hey guys, I hope I am live and audible and visible. Let us just cross our fingers. I hope I am live and audible. Oh yes. Okay, amazing. Chalo, let's get started. Mega price hike for CAT, all plus subscriptions of CAT. Act fast so you can save up to 20%. Use code ABHICAT live. फटाफट use कर लो. Complete roadmap for CAT 2022 starting on 8th of June. The right time for your CAT preparation. Exclusive study material is here, guys. We've got you covered. Top educators, e-notes, physical notes, 25,000 high quality questions, exclusive coverage, 50 plus full length tests हैं सारे के सारे. Unacademy के results ये रहे, बहुत प्यारे results हैं. सृष्टि ये रही, बहुत अच्छा है. कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कैट टेस्ट प्रेप है. 25,000 प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस हैं, 25 फुल लेंथ मॉक्स हैं कैट के और ओमिट्स के भी, 60 प्लस सेक्शनल्स हैं, 30 प्लस स्किल बिल्डर हैं, 30 प्लस जीके हैं, 30 प्लस बैच स्पेसिफिक टेस्ट भी हैं. Unacademy CAT subscription, here are all the benefits that you get from Unacademy. Amazing benefits, guys. Whoa. Alright, let's get started with our PPT for the day. Remember to connect with me on Telegram using AbhiCat. You can join with us in Telegram. बहुत मज़ेदार है. Okay. Since we are done with all of this, here is your vocabulary for the day. So realization, of course, is understanding the fact that you have realized something, you have understood something. Fog, of course, means cloud. Solipsistic means egocentric. Haltingly, of course, means slowly, and stance is a point of view. So all of these lovely words. The next, here we are. Art of listening. So today's article is from Aeon Essays, and we are going to be talking about the art of listening. Writing in Esquire magazine in 1935, Ernest Hemingway offered this advice to young writers. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen, so that's very important. Even though Hemingway was one of my favorite teenage heroes, my favorite, the realization crept up on me somewhere around the age of 25. I am most people, I never listen. So the author knew that he was not listening. Perhaps never was a little strong, but certainly my listening often occurred through a fog of distraction and self-regard. So he was distracted, he was only worried about himself, and therefore listening was happening very badly. On my worst days, this could make me a shallow, solipsistic presence. Solipsistic is someone who's only interested in himself, very egocentric. Haltingly, I began to try to reach inside my own mental machinery, marshal my attention differently, listen better. So authors started trying to, listen better, become a better reader, become a better listener. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I had crossed paths with a few people who as a habit gave others their full attention. And it was powerful. It felt rare, it felt real. I wanted them around. So he wanted these people, he started listening to them. As a culture, we treat listening as an automatic process about which there is not a lot to say. So we think that listening is something that just happens on its own, and therefore we don't really pay a lot of attention to it. In the same category as digestion or blinking, when the concept of listening is addressed at any length, it is in the context of professional communication, something to be honed by leaders and mentors, but a specialization that everyone else can happily ignore. So this is something that you can ignore if you want to. This neglect is a shame, very bad. Listening well, it took me too long to discover, so the author took a lot of time to understand, is a sort of magic trick. It's a sort of magic trick. Both parties soften, blossom, they are less alone. So when you listen, you actually learn to listen to the other person, you become soft, you understand their point of view, you become a little more empathetic. Along the way, I discovered that Carl Rogers, one of the 20th century's most eminent psychologists, had put a name to this underrated skill. So, Carl Rogers also called this something, active listening. So, he called it active listening. Now, active listening of course is something that is really good. And though Rogers' work was focused initially on the therapeutic setting, he drew no distinction between this and everyday life. So, there was not much difference between that and this life. Whatever I have learned, he wrote, is applicable to all of my human relationships. So, it is applicable to everyone. What Rogers learned was that listening well, which necessarily involves conversing well and questioning well. So, when you listen well, you talk well, you listen to them, you question. So, that is very important, is one of the most accessible and most powerful forms of connections we have. So, this is very important. When I discovered Rogers' writings on listening, it was confirmation that in many conversations I had been getting it all wrong. So, the author was able to understand that वो कुछ सही नहीं कर रहा था. It was something that was going wrong. When listening well, wrote Rogers and his co-author Richard Evans Farson in 1957, the listener does not passively absorb the words which are spoken to him. Guys, it's very important for you also that you do not just passively absorb the words that I am talking to you about. You have to actively work at it. What? He actively tries to grasp the facts and feelings in what he hears, and he tries by his listening to help the speaker work out his own problem. So, he is trying to work out his own problem. This was exactly the stance I had only rarely adopted. So, the author was not really adopting this stance, but very rarely this would happen. Alright, what is the purpose of the passage? Let us take a minute to accept that listening is important, to discuss the various types of listeners, to castigate the active listeners, or to review the writings on listening. Come on guys, what is the correct answer? Hello Shubham, hello Yogesh, hello Arunesha, hi Akash, hi Tejas. Come on guys, let's get your answers in. Hi Hiram. Alright, correct answer. What is the purpose of this passage? Why has the author written it? To review the writings on listening. Is he reviewing all the writings? Not really. To castigate the active listeners. Does the writer say that the active listener is doing the wrong thing? No, he is not. Eliminate. To discuss the various types of listeners. Does he discuss the various types of listeners? Not really. So, of course, what he is saying is that he is accepting the fact that listening is important. And therefore, the correct answer here will be A, guys. Okay, so what is the purpose of the passage? To accept that listening is important. Alright, let's go to the next one. Here's your second question. Each of the following must be true except. So, which of these? Remember, true plus except is false or not mentioned. So, one of the two will be the correct answer. Please check which one of these will be the correct answer. Most people listen carefully. Listening well involves actively grasping facts. Rogers focused on listening as a therapy initially, and listening allows for empathy. Hey guys, can you all hit the like button please? All of you. So, listening allows for empathy is true, it is mentioned in the passage, so cannot be my answer. Rogers focused on listening as a therapy initially is true and therefore cannot be our answer. Okay, therapeutic listening was what he was looking at. Listening well involves actively grasping facts. Yes, this is also true. The passage says that. Therefore, this cannot be the correct answer. Most people listen carefully. Well, the author has very clearly said that this is false, and therefore, the correct answer. Okay, so correct answer here will be A. Very good. Yes, you guys, absolutely. Alright, here are your two statements. We have to identify what is the correct structuring for this. Listening well is one of the most powerful forms of connection, and Rogers named it active listening. What is the relationship between these two statements? Is it that both have a cause-effect relationship? Is A a premise, B its elaboration? Are both caused by one thing, or are they unrelated? Chalo guys, fatafat. Listening well is one of the most powerful forms of connections. Rogers named it active listening. Do they have a cause-effect relationship? Are they one a premise, the second its elaboration? Are they caused by one thing, or are they unrelated? Right, both these statements are unrelated. They do not have a cause-effect relationship. One is not a premise, another is not the explanation, and they are not caused by one thing. So yes, they are unrelated, and that's the correct answer. Alright guys, let's go to the next one. What is the author's opinion about himself? On my worst days, this could make me a shallow solipsistic presence. Is he laudatory? Is he factual? Is he reverential? Is he being negative? Quick guys, come on. On my worst days, this could make me a shallow solipsistic person. What does the author think about himself? Is he praising himself? Is he being laudatory, factual, reverential, or is he being negative? Dekho, look at this sentence. On my worst days, this could make me a shallow solipsistic presence. Solipsistic means clearly very egocentric, right? So he is saying that I was a shallow solipsistic person on my worst days. So he's not praising himself, nothing laudatory. He's not being factual, because solipsistic is something that how do you bring it out as a fact? Is he being reverential? No. So he is only being negative about himself. He's kind of saying nothing very good about himself, right? So D. Alright, fill up this blank. Very cute sa blank hai. The paucity of my listening powers dash on me as a byproduct of starting to meditate. Alright, so the paucity of my listening powers, because I had such few listening powers, this dash on me as a when I started meditating, I realized that I had very few listening powers. So finagled, no, finagled means bargained, so that cannot be the correct answer, right? Not bargained. Pawned, to sell, so not possible. Created, the paucity created, paucity of listening powers created on me, not possible. So dawned on me, dawned means I realized this, okay? Something dawned on someone means they realized that thing, okay? So yeah. Alright guys, here is of course a list of all my toppers from CAT 2021. Shantam, Cynthia, Roshan, Shrishti, Lavanya, Divyang, Suvigya, Swarnika, Arunesha, Anirudh, Ronak, Satyam, Adish, and of course you could be next too guys. All you got to do is join us in Unacademy in all of these lovely classes where we are covering all of this wonderful preparation. Of course our noon session is not happening, it's supposed to happen at 11. तो 11 बजे आज तो करियर्स आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन था, आज सिर्फ एक ही क्लास है हमारे नए बैच की जो क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग का बेसिक्स टू एडवांस बैच होगा. रिमेंबर टू जॉइन इन क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग बेसिक टू एडवांस. हम लोग आज करेंगे एनालिसिस ऑफ आर्ग्यूमेंट्स एंड देन कल से जो मतलब नेक्स्ट क्लास से वी विल टेक अप ईच टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन एंड डिस्कस दोज क्वेश्चन टाइप्स. आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी अ गुड कोर्स फॉर एनीवन हु hasn't done anything in critical reasoning. For all those who have done critical reasoning, I am not going to ask you to desperately come and join. If you want to revise, you should. If you feel you're already at 80% plus accuracy, well, all you need to do is practice 5 questions every day. So you can be on your path. Choose what is the right path for you guys. You are wise, you are intelligent, you are able to decide for yourself what to do. We as educators, all our job is to put you on the right path, and I hope I have put you on the right path. Guys, remember to hit like, share, subscribe and the bell icon. Not much to do there. And of course, if you're subscribing to Unacademy, do remember to use AbhiCat Live. We'll give you a 20% off. आजकल चल रहा है तो इसलिए मिल जाएगा आपको. And of course, वरना otherwise 10% off तो है ही. Thank you so much everybody. Adios everyone. I'll see you at 4 p.m. with the basics to advanced batch of critical reasoning for CAT 22-23. Adios mere amigos. Hasta la vista. By the way, if you like this time, please do write this in the comments that yes, this is a good time for us to have this class. Thank you. Bye bye.